Well, first and foremost, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad you're here. Today is Thursday. I always forget what day it is. Thursday, July 9th. We have made it several months into the pandemic and we are surviving and we are thriving and we are doing so many good things. So I'm so glad you guys are all here today. I'm going to go into a little bit of my story because I know most of you guys, I don't really know. So my name is Candace Ingrosso. I actually reside currently in West Palm Beach, Florida. One thing I love about this whole community is it brings so many of us together in ways that we never would have even known that we would be together, right? Like I would not know Antonio if it wasn't for this. I wouldn't know Amy, Jackie. I know we're just kind of getting on the phone now, but I wouldn't know any of you guys if it wasn't for this. So I think that this community, that it's brought us not only the nutrition that it gives us, but the friendships that it creates, so many other things like that, just blows my mind. So if you guys see my picture on the screen, I've actually been on Isogenics for about 6 months now. So I need to actually take a new updated photo so I can compare it to myself. When I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with something called polycystic ovarian syndrome. For me, I had all 4 types. There's actually 4 different types of this, and I had all 4 of them. So it developed into hypothyroidism. It developed into insulin resistance. And as I got older and as the stresses of life kind of came upon me, I was gaining and retaining weight in places I had never been. I always grew up where I was very slender. I was actually called the board when I was in school because I couldn't gain weight. And then it was like when this happened, all of a sudden, everything started spiraling, and I wasn't able to let go of any weight. And not only was it weight, it was affecting me emotionally, where because of this, my hormones were all over the place. I literally had, I would like cry. I remember one time I called my boyfriend crying and he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "The light turned green and I wasn't ready to go yet." It was just like so many different little things like that that has caused, you know, just so much turmoil in everything with my emotions. And I had tried everything, you guys. I had gotten my hormones tested and I found out that I was very high testosterone. I wasn't really getting in, my estrogen was like very odd and I had no progesterone, meaning that if I ever wanted to have kids, it would be really, really hard for me. So as I became an adult, I was like, I have got to get this fixed, and figure out what the heck is wrong with me, why I'm feeling this way, all of those things. So I started on supplements. I was taking about $1,000 to $12,000 worth of supplements monthly, trying to figure out what was going on with me, but my body wasn't being able to properly break those supplements down. So I was honestly just paying for like expensive urine. And then they like took those supplements, put them into a liquid, and I gave myself a shot in the stomach and a shot in the butt every single day for like 9 months. It helped for a little bit and it gave me a little bit of energy, but it wasn't sustainable. Nothing I had tried was like keeping me going. So then they put me on concentrated like hormone creams, which made me even more crazy because then I was, rubbing pure concentrated hormones onto my skin, which if you know anything about that, is not very safe. I had tried every networking group that you can possibly imagine. I tried Plexus, Arbonne, Advocare, It Works, everything. And nothing for me. If anything, they would actually do the opposite and I would bloat. My body for some reason just wasn't, and they may work for others, but for my personal self, it wasn't working for me. So when I met I've known my girlfriend Toria our whole entire lives. And she actually reached out to me and was like, "Hey, let me tell you about this amazing nutrition system. It's so incredible, blah, 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 blah." And she had just gotten started herself. And so I was like, okay, like I'll try it. And when I found out that there was like a 30-day money back guarantee, I was like, all right, no harm, no foul, right? So let's do this. So I jumped in pretty much head first with that and did 30 days. As you can see between my first and my second picture, from the week 1 and week 4 on my 30-day challenge, if you will, I was able to release over 12 pounds and 12 inches overall, which is incredible, especially for someone who hadn't been able to see change in years. To be able to see that change in a month, I was like, what is this stuff? What am I putting into my body? And then, as I say, 3 months, which would be my like my ISA Body Challenge, a challenge that we have. If you do this for 16 weeks, not only do you get to see incredible results in yourself, but the company also rewards you with incredible incentives to keep yourself going. And now, you guys, I've worn a bikini for July 4th. That sounds silly, but as a woman and in this culture that we live in, so much being on looks, so much being on how you present yourself, so much being on so many things. It was like the first time I felt confident in a bikini in years. And to me, that was like the biggest win I've had in such a long time, because not only did I feel like I looked good, but internally I was like, I have energy, I have stamina, I have joy again. And it's so crazy that the fact that when we don't have these certain things in our life, it affects it all over. But like I was saying, this company has been so much more for me than just the nutrition system. It's radically changed my life in this of me physically. It's radically changed me in the life of my health, where I had asthma. I no longer deal with asthma. Not saying that this system, healed anything, but getting my nutrition right and aligned has definitely helped. I have a cycle again. With PCOS, there is no normalcy with your cycle. And they had put me on birth control, and I was able to get off of, any synthetic medication I was on, where now I'm only taking my supplements from this company and eating whole foods, which is incredible. It saved me a ton of money, but not only has it saved me a ton of money, it's also made me a ton of money. And then also, again, the community and the friendships that it's brought me. So one of the biggest, things about this, I'm pulling up Antonio's information because I want to be able to make sure I'm saying it correctly. Because again, this system is so great, first of all, but secondly, it's brought me people, like I was saying at the beginning, I never would have met. Antonio lives in Vegas and I'm in West Palm Beach. We're literally almost on the complete opposite ends of our country. And yet here we are having a conversation, talking, engaging with each other online almost on a daily. And it's so cool. So I want to introduce you to Antonio. First of all, he is a retired film and television producer and production manager. He's currently residing in Las Vegas, like I said, but travels all over sharing this incredible gift that is Isagenix. He's been with Isagenix for 2.5 years now. He's created massive results, not only for himself, but for over 100 other friends and family, which is incredible. He's a leader in our community and in others. He's committed, he's passionate, and he's inspirational, as he has an incredible story. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys. So if you guys will welcome me and Antonio.
Yes, thank you so much, Candace, for that wonderful introduction. I love this system that you've set up in bringing people together to be able to share the diverse stories that are in the community. So thank you for having me on today to share mine. When I was 4 years old, I started dancing. I was the only boy in an all-girl dance company, and so I got to always be the center of attention. I was the Raggedy Andy with all the Raggedy Anns. I was the rubber ducky when all the other girls were little bathtub swimmers. And I really got a feel for what it meant to be confident, to present myself, to be strong, to be grounded, to want to be a leader and to really stand out. And so when I turned 7 years old, my mom wanted me to play football, and she presented to me that I could either keep dancing or I could start playing football. And I chose football. All of my friends were playing football, and I was just starting to, really come into myself as a boy. And so I started playing football for 4 years, and that was really incredible. During the football seasons, I would slim down. I would be working out a lot. And even as a small boy, there was a noticeable difference in my body when I was working out. When football season would end, I would start to put the weight back on. Come middle school, I started putting on more and more weight. I stopped playing football. And then my freshman year of high school, I got back onto the football team. Freshman year was great. I had a lot of fun. Again, went through that same slim down during football. And my sophomore year, I'm out there on the practice field. And I walked up to my coach and I said, "Hey, coach, I'm going to have to leave practice early because I have theater rehearsal." And I'll never forget, my coach looked at me and he said, "Sclafani, are you going to be a football player or are you going to be an actor?" And at 15 years old, that either or was presented to me again. And I sat down on the field with my football helmet next to me, and I watched my friends playing, and I sat there and thought about it. Do I want to be a football player? Do I want to be an actor? And after a few minutes, with all my friends out on the field, I stood up, left my helmet on the side of that mountain, and I walked back to the locker room, and I went to theater rehearsal, and I became an actor. I was a straight A student. I went to college. I studied film production at Chapman University, and this is where my next great either or was presented in my life. So I created a dichotomy in my mind that when I graduated high school, I could either get a good job and make a lot of money, or I could pursue my dreams and be happy. And so through my 16-year career in film and television, I was one of the happiest people that I knew. A lot of joy. I went to music festivals. I grew in my career. I wasn't really making very much money. And then in 2017, I really got it in my head that I was worthy of earning a lot of money. And so I earned six figures in my career, and my happiness absolutely plummeted. And that's when I really got to look at this limiting belief that I had created myself around this either or. So in 2017, my mom was 4 years recovered from breast cancer, and she had put on a little bit of extra weight that she didn't have the energy to take off. A coworker of hers had lost 100 pounds using Isagenix, and so she enrolled my mom into starting on the products. My mom released 17 pounds in her first month and went on to release 40 pounds. My stepdad jumped in and he released 50 pounds. My little sister got started and she released 30 pounds. So after watching my family release 120 pounds, I decided I was going to give this system a shot. January 2018, I got started, and in my first month, I also released 17 pounds like my mom, and I went on to release 65 pounds and 45 inches from around my body. I was lit up. I had this glow. I was excited. I was still working 70 hours a week in an incredibly stressful film and television career. I was making more money than I ever had in my life, and in the pockets of my time, I started sharing this with my friends and family. I enrolled 50 people in my first year with Isagenix in my first 10 months. And in November 2018, I decided, and maybe this is another either or, but I decided to leave my six-figure career, 16 years in the film and television business, to pursue this full time. What I've found since going in and jumping all in with network marketing and with Isagenix is that I can create for myself a both and life where I don't need to choose that either or anymore. And so my awareness, my consciousness around those limiting beliefs and around those limitations that I created for myself don't need to be there anymore. And so now my vision is to support others in rewriting their story and empowering them to take a stand for transformative health.
That's amazing. All of that is like, wow. I love that. I love that so much. I love the fact too that you're like, you know, the fact of going from either or to an and is so like powerful. The fact that you don't have to choose, the fact that you get to be all that you created and designed to be, and that you don't have to fit into a mold that they 18-year-old people. That is absolutely beautiful. Wonderful. So Antonia is now going to talk about some of the challenges that we all.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Candace. And yeah, just to speak to that both and life is that with Isagenix, with network marketing, with this new life that I'm creating, I have really found that I'm using my skills and my passion and my, communication, et cetera, to not only impact the world, to create happiness, both for myself and others, but also to create that financial freedom that I know that I deserve. So as I started working in Isagenix and really studying the industry, I went after football my freshman year. I went 20 years with no exercise. I was incredibly stressed out and just didn't have the energy to care about my health. And so as I started to jump into the industry, I really started to study what are the challenges that are being faced in our society. And so listed here, you'll see toxicity, stress, a deficient food system, and getting discouraged by slip-ups. Toxicity. It is everywhere. It's in the air we breathe. It's in the food we eat. It's in the things that we drink. And those toxins, no matter how clean you're eating, are in our environments every day. And so Isagenix provides a solution to that toxicity that is coming into our bodies every day. There's a process that gets to happen in order to clear that toxicity from our body to be able to live and have the most healthy versions of ourselves. Stress. I was the king of stress, and I operated so well under it. I prided myself. The more stress there was, the better I performed. And that was probably just a story that I was telling myself to make myself feel better about the fact that I was working 80 hours a week and wasn't spending time with my partner and wasn't really living the fulfilled life that I wanted to live. My sleep was poor, my food was poor, and I just I really did. I suffered from stress for a long time. A deficient food system. The soil that our food is grown in has depleted significantly. It's something that I've done a lot of research on, and it's really astounding to see the fruits and vegetables and spinach, the nutritional content that were in those things 30, 40 years ago is so significantly dropped down. It's incredibly difficult in order to receive all of the nutrients that our bodies need based on the current food system. And so isogenics really fills that gap. Getting discouraged by slip-ups. This is, I will admit, not my first time that I've lost 60 pounds, not my second time, but my third time. This is my third time releasing 65 pounds. I did it the first time doing Atkins diet. I was eating McDonald's twice a day, 2 double cheeseburgers, no bun, wrapped in lettuce, mayo mustard, no ketchup, and I was shedding weight and I felt disgusting. After losing my 60 pounds and going back to my regular eating habits, I put it all back on. I did it again after I graduated college, and this is now the third time. And for the first time in my life, something has shifted, not only from a cellular level, but also in my mind, where I now understand what it means to be healthy and to truly make this a sustainable lifestyle. And I'm so excited for what I've created because of it. So I wanted to go into some of the basics of each of the products. There are 4 basic pillars of isogenics. We're going to talk high about 3 of them, and then I'll touch on the 4th one when we get into our other products. So the first one and the foundation of the isogenic system is our isolene shake. This shake is absolutely delicious. It is the reason that I was able to find so much success, because I would get up in the morning, I would make my 30-second shake, I would drive over an hour in Los Angeles traffic to go 10 miles down the road to my workplace, and enjoying my shake in the morning really set me up for a productive and sustainable day. These shakes have 240 calories. They are not a protein shake. They are a full meal replacement. It would take 3 large plates of organic food in order to get all of the nutrients and nutrition that are featured in our shakes. The cost and calorie count of having 3 large organic plates of food is astronomical, both in price and in calories. And so eating all of that nutrition that our body needs to perform at an optimal level really puts us in that either or situation. Do we get all the nutrients that we want, or do we keep our calorie content at a reasonable level, et cetera? And so the isolene shake really bridges that gap between the two. They're absolutely delicious. We have incredible flavors. We feature whey protein in some of our shakes, and then we also have a complete dairy-free vegan line. The second pillar of our system is Cleanse for Life. Cleanse for Life is the basis of our intermittent fasting days. And so the isogenic system is broke down into shake days and cleanse days. Cleanse days feature our Cleanse for Life juice. It is an aloe-based botanical drink that really helps soothe the body and pull and release the toxins that are in our body. So that toxicity that I was talking about earlier, as our body absorbs toxins, our intermittent fasting days act to release those toxins, and the Nourish for Life actually helps to flush them out of our body. And so although we are ingesting them on a regular basis, we are also doing regular cleanse days, which help pull those out and really rejuvenate our cells. In addition to detoxifying the body, on our intermittent fasting days, we are going into ketosis. And eventually, when we do 2-day cleanses, our body will go into autophagy. Autophagy literally means to eat itself. And so our new cells that are being generated will eat the old cells, take the proteins and nutrition that are in them, and flush out and get rid of the dead cells at a lot quicker pace. So our body is really able to replenish and to really thrive on a cellular level. Now, the third pillar of our system is our Ionic Supreme. I know I said our shakes might have been the reason that I had so much success, but this Ionic Supreme really has been a game changer for me. So everybody experiences stress. whether it be work stress, life stress, relationship stress. When people start a new healthy lifestyle, the body goes under stress. When people start working out more, the body goes under stress. Cortisol is blasted into the system as a reaction to stress. Ionic Supreme is filled with adaptogens and helps our body adapt to stress. So although it won't take the stress away, it really reduces the negative effects of stress. The Ionic Supreme features adaptogens, which, cool story, our founder actually flew to Russia at the fall of the USSR with cash strapped to his body and went in and bought a suitcase of adaptogens after studying why the Russian army, the Russian athletes, the Russian space program, why all of those people were really thriving so well. And so he got together with a scientist that was in Russia, found out about these adaptogens, wolfberry, rhodiola, ashwagandha, schizandra, and actually purchased those and brought them over to the Western world. And those adaptogens are the basis of our Ionic Supreme. So one little shot of this every morning, and my body is actually stops holding on and protecting that fat and is able to really release it. So another amazing product and third pillar of our system. Isogenics. Okay, so our day. What is a shake day? So we have our shake days and we have our cleanse days. People often ask me, like, how is it that you just drink shakes, or is it, you know, do I have to drink shakes for the rest of my life? Well, I want to shed a little bit of light into what a shake day looks like. So when I started the system, I weighed 240 pounds and I wasn't ready to give up a second meal. And so I was doing 2 shakes, 2 snacks, and 2 meals 6 days per week. I did no exercise, which I'll go into a little bit more at the frequently asked questions. But through that process of really changing my nutrition and feeding my body what it really needed in the forms of the shakes, my body was still able to release a lot of that toxic fat that I had in my body. And so now that I have released that 65 pounds, my body is adjusted, and now I prefer to do 1 meal, 2 shakes, and 2 snacks. I still enjoy my chicken Parmesan. I do pizza every once in a while. I'm an Italian boy from a huge Italian family, not just in numbers, but also in size. And I still enjoy my favorite foods. As long as I keep these 2 shakes a day in my body, it really provides the foundation of nutrition for me to be successful. Isogenics features a suite of over 75 different products. In the top or the bottom, we'll go to the bottom left first. This is our 4th pillar of our system, and these are our complete essentials with Isogenesis. Our complete essentials are vitamin packs that come in AM and PM packs. You rip them off in the morning, you've got your AM pills, you've got your PM pills. These pills are the rest of the nutrition that our body needs to really thrive. If we put all of the vitamins that we needed into the shakes, they wouldn't taste very good. And so some of those vitamins have been reserved for these vitamin packs. I call them our little nutritional insurance. With our 2 shakes a day and our vitamins, our body is literally filled with everything that we need to perform at its optimal level. Now we can have a lot more leeway in our food. We don't have to be so concerned about the micros, the macros, the vitamins, etc., because we're getting that in each of these products. In the top left, we've got Iso Delights. So our cleanse days, our fast days, feature Iso Delight chocolates. These are super awesome, bomb little chocolate squares, and I eat up to 6 of them a day on cleanse days. Sea salt and caramel is my favorite. We've got tangerine flavors, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, chocolate with mint, and they are absolutely phenomenal. Almost every single person, I'd say about 95% of my customers, when I get them started on a pack, I always start them with Iso Delights, because friends don't let friends cleanse without Iso Delights. We feature organic greens, 30 different vegetables and minerals and vitamins that you can add to your shakes, or to almond milk or water, really amazing greens. We have an entire suite of Amped product lines, which is our workout products. I have started using these workout products. During quarantine, I made a decision that I would really up my fitness. And so I have just completed a streak of 100 days where I've worked out 90 minutes a day. And thank you so much. I'm really excited. The results that I've created in quarantine are absolutely phenomenal. I use a pre-workout called Nitro. I use a during workout that are BCAAs, and then I use a repair afterwards. This really allows me to go to the gym and do 90 minutes of exercise 6 days in a row, and with no real soreness or pain. And the muscle definition that I've created in my life is beyond my wildest dreams. I never believed I could create the body that I've been creating, and that Amped line has really supported me in getting there. All right. Frequently asked questions. Do I eat real food? Absolutely. I love food. As I said earlier, I was born into a large Italian family. My father weighed over 300 pounds. My grandfather died when I was 16 years old. My grandmother has had a lot of complications in her life. And I grew up in a culture where food was the event. We'd go over to my grandma's. She would cook huge. We would eat all day. Going out to dinner, whenever I get together with family, whether it be for weddings or funerals, food is the main component of these gatherings. And when I started drinking these shakes, I am still able to enjoy all of the real food that I still really enjoy. When I first started my first 30 days, I did follow the plan exactly. I stopped drinking alcohol. I stuck to the 400 to 600 calorie meals and created incredible results. Once I've hit my goal weight, now I am able to be a little bit more lenient, or I've allowed myself to be a little bit more lenient, but I still enjoy real foods, which I consider the isogenic shakes real food as well. But my snacks are crunchy food, chewing food, and I still enjoy my meals. Will I stay full? This is one of my favorite questions that I get asked. So when you are hungry, that is your body asking for nutrition. It's not asking to fill the space in your stomach, but it's asking for specific nutrients. So when we fill our bodies full of that nutrition in the form of those shakes, our body doesn't call out in hunger. And so I eat every 3 hours. It changes from day to day. My meal, my shakes, my snacks, they may vary, but every 3 hours I eat as fuel, and I'm rarely hungry. Even on cleanse days, my body is burning visceral fat, that dangerous fat that's around our heart and our liver and our stomach. And it's burning that for fuel. And with the Iso-Delight chocolates and our snack wafers, I rarely feel hunger even on cleanse days. What does a cleanse day look like? We are drinking that Cleanse for Life juice 4 times throughout the day. We're drinking a ton of water. We have our Iso-Delight chocolates. We have our snack wafers and a bunch of other cleanse day approved snacks. Isogenics this year at Celebration, or NYKO, released a really awesome cleanse day tracker chart that assigns a point value to each of the cleanse day snacks. And so every hour or so, I am consuming something that is keeping me busy and keeping me nourished and keeping me focused. What do I eat for dinner and snacks? That varies very much so. I've been very blessed to live with some incredible women over the last 2.5 years that do a lot of cooking in the house. And so I have been very blessed in that field. Isogenics and our team specifically has an entire host of resources for meal ideas, for snacks, 100 snack ideas under 100 calories, high protein, savory snack lists, recipes, etc. We've got an incredible community and resources for what dinner and snacks look like. What if I don't need to lose weight? This is something that's been really exciting for me. So my girlfriend at the time when I started Isogenics, she was a celebrity fitness trainer. She trained Gwyneth Paltrow and Kate Hudson and Michelle Rodriguez. She was a very fit woman and didn't need to lose any weight. She started sneaking my strawberry shakes out of the cupboard, and what I watched shift in her was nothing short of amazing. I watched her lights turn on. Her energy levels completely changed, her mental focus, her clarity, her ability to build lean muscle, all using the same exact system that I and my mom and my stepdad and my sister were losing weight. She was doing the same exact thing, and her body was giving her the things that she needs. So Isogenics is not a weight loss company. It is a health and well-being company, and we are really proud of that. So when your body performs at its optimal level, it will do the things that your body really needs it to do. I'm on the go all the time. I might be too busy. I worked 16 to 18-hour shifts in the film and television business, and I always found 30 seconds to make my shakes. Isogenics has made it incredibly convenient for me to live my busy, on-the-go lifestyle. They come in individual packets. You can opt into getting them in individual packets. I throw a couple of those in my to-go bag. I shake them up with water. They're ready to go. In the morning, I like to take the time, 45 seconds, maybe a minute, to add ice, add water, blend them, and I really enjoy the shakes with ice and water. If you are too busy and on the go all the time, Isogenics is a perfect solution for that on-the-go lifestyle. What do you add to the shakes? Ice and water. These shakes really are complete meals. They taste incredible. They don't need anything else. Every once in a while, I'll throw a little bit of peanut butter powder. I'll throw in our product Hydrate, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich shake, and I'll play around with the flavors. But ice and water is what these shakes really need to taste delicious and to really deliver the nutrition that we need. Do I have to do this forever? No, you don't have to do this forever. You don't have to do anything. And what I have found in 2.5 years of using these products is that I prefer to have shakes. When I wake up in the morning, I don't crave eggs and bacon and sausage anymore. What I crave is these shakes. They make me feel good. I cleanse. I've missed maybe 4 or 5 cleanse weeks in the last 2.5 years. I love the way that my energy is. I love my confidence. I love the charisma. I love everything about the man that I am creating for myself because of these products. And so I will continue to put them in my body for the rest of my life. My mom and stepdad, they released 40 and 50 pounds, went back to their old lifestyle, added 8 or 9 pounds, 3 or 4 months off the system. They went back to it. Within a week or two, that 8 or 9 pounds were gone. They'll sustain that for a while, then they'll go back. They've never put more than 10 pounds back on. They use the system to achieve their goals, and they fluctuate. For me, I'm on a path, I'm on a trajectory. I don't want to slow down. I don't want to stop. So I'm going to continue putting them in my body. What if my husband or boyfriend wants to do it? Like I shared earlier, my girlfriend at the time was sneaking my strawberry shakes, and I ended up getting her started on her own system. My boss had asked me about it. My girlfriend at the time had asked me about it. And so I supported those two and getting started. And that led to what Candace will present earlier, in which for 2.5 years, I've never had to pay for these products again. Do I have to work out? Okay, so this is where I get to share. So when I did my first discovery call with my future mentor, she asked me if I did any kind of exercise. And I said, nope, absolutely not. I have no intention of exercising. And she said, okay, cool. Don't worry about it. You were going to lose weight anyway. And I set out to prove her wrong. So I started putting this nutrition in my body, and I did not exercise. My poor puppy, Jada, didn't even get to get walked around the block because I refused to exercise. I released 65 pounds and 45 inches without a single day in the gym, without a single run, without a single walk. And a year later, 1.5 years later, after doing a personal development program, I decided after 20 years of no exercise that I was going to sign up for a half marathon. I went out and I trained for 7 weeks, and I ran my first half marathon. I crossed that finish line 13.1 miles, and I felt so incredible that I ran back and found my last teammate and did an extra mile with her. It was absolutely phenomenal, the way that I reintroduced exercise into my life. I then signed up for a half marathon in Zion, Utah in February of this year. I ran 13.1 miles uphill the entire way with my little brother, my little sister, my aunt, my cousin, my brother's fiance. And as a family, we all banded together and went out and trained and ran my second half marathon. Since then, in quarantine, I made a decision that I was really going to up my fitness. And as I shared earlier, I just did a 100-day streak where I've done 90 minutes a day exercise. So no, you don't need to exercise. And when you do exercise, you're going to be able to achieve your next level in your results. And for a guy that didn't exercise for 20 years, it's pretty incredible to just see how passionate I am about my fitness. What if I don't like it? There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Our company, you can put these products in your body, release 15 pounds, feel better than you ever have in your life. And at the end of 30 days, if there's anything wrong or anything not wrong, they offer a no questions asked money back guarantee. There's no risk. Put the products in your body. We're going to show you how to take your money from your groceries. You're going to move it over to these groceries. You put them in your body. At the end of 30 days, you can request a full money back guarantee. Is it expensive? No. Our shakes break down to about $2.85 a meal. My mentor sat down and broke down my breakfast and lunch consumption. I was spending $5 a day on a hot ham and cheese croissant every morning. And then I would do the food truck. I was spending about $15 on lunch every day. So I took that $20, I invested in the value pack. And since then, I've really saved a lot of money over the last 2.5 years. And because I share it with my friends and family, I get these products for free. And now I'm able to use that money. Last year, I paid off my car, I paid off my student loans, and have started to move myself completely out of debt. And it's been absolutely incredible because I have chosen to share it. 80% of the people that come into my business are just customers. They never turn around and share it with anybody. They don't want to enroll somebody, so they'll send them to me as referrals. There's no obligation to share this. Most people come here for the products. And I'm really excited to pass this over to Candace, because if you do decide, or when you start to get incredible results, people are going to ask you how you did it. You're naturally going to want to share with them. And I'm really excited for Candace to present to you guys how you can eat for free like Candace and I do. So thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, Antonio. I feel like every time that I have someone go over the product, I learn something new that I didn't know before. And I think half the things that you said, I was like, I didn't know we did that. That's cool. And I've been doing it for 5 or 6 months now. So it's so cool to know that you don't have to know everything to be able to do amazing system to work. You need to be able to, eat for free. Like I said, since I've been doing this, starting January 7th was actually the first day I ever put food in my body. I don't think that I have paid for food at all. I live in West Palm Beach. Because if it was not for this system and this company, I would literally be drowning in money, or drowning from lack of money due to not being able to pay for rent or whatever it may be. So what we're going to do is for the what's the word I'm looking for? For this story, we're going to be telling this cute little blonde is me. Or you can put yourself into this story too to kind of like help you really figure out how you could build this on your own. For this story too, we're also going to utilize a value pack as an example. A value pack is what I started on. The value pack is what Antonio started on. The value pack is really going to be our best recommendation to anyone. Again, what he was saying, whether it is that weight loss is your goal or performance is your goal, having that value pack, really kind of giving yourself a great foundation, starting you back at ground zero, cleaning out your cells, like he was saying. The value pack again is just the way to go. It gives you like 90% of your food for the entire 30 days. You also give an incredible travel blender. So many things come with that. So we'll just use that. So let's say we're going to share something called You Share, They Share. So this is just the way that I feel no matter what. I feel like standing on the rooftops and screaming about this incredible system because I know what it's done for me. I've seen what it's done for others. And I feel like if I was not sharing it, I would be doing a disservice to my friends and my family that I know deserve the life that I'm now living. So let's say that I share this with my friend Bob, and he's so excited. He's seeing my energy skyrocketing. He's seeing my weight just melting off. He's seeing my attitude and so many things lifting. So with that, because I have shared this with my friend, if he has purchased the value pack, the company, instead of utilizing their money on marketing or on mailers or on different things like that, they reinvest into their customers, and they say, thank you so much for sharing what happened with you. We're so excited for your friend Bob. Here's $100. Congratulations. So then let's say I share it with my friend Susie as well. She's seeing my results and she's like, girl, I want what you have. So I share with her. Then the company gives me another $100 if she signs up with the value pack as well. What's amazing about this is it's not just to a number of people. You don't just get a certain number of value packs and then they say, oh, we're not going to reward you anymore. This is for the lifetime of you. This is for the lifetime of the company. This is incredible. So as many people as I get, started and enrolling on a value pack, the company rewards me with $100. What's even more incredible is if I do this and I enroll 2 people under the same commission week, so Monday through Sunday, and they both jump on with a value pack, they double what they are paying me, meaning instead of getting $100 and $100, I'm now getting $200 and $200, tripling what I was making. So instead of $100 in a week, I have instantaneously made $400 in a week. And I want you to think about that for a second. Think about what $400 in a week will do for you. What's amazing is that, yes, this is work, but it's fun work because you're getting to share with people your personal story. You're getting to share with people how amazing that you feel. It's not like you're going out and doing manual labor. You're just sharing your story. So the fact that you can share your story, share your lifestyle, share this new joy that has come in and transform your life, and in return, you make an extra $400, to me, it's been such a blessing. What's incredible is that if you get 2 people enrolled, one on your left, one on your right, within 30 days of this system, you advance into our first level of leadership within our company, which is called a consultant. And if you do that within 30 days, you actually get rewarded with an additional $100, meaning that now you're at 500 bucks. And I know for me, 500 bucks would be a huge blessing anytime that I can create more income to be able, just like Antonio was saying, pay off cars, any kind of residual debt. I know for me, rent is expensive. My car payment is expensive. I have bills that I have to pay, medical bills, different things like that. You know, whether it be school or your children or what have you, any additional income, especially in the world that we're living right now, is greatly appreciated. So let's say that Bob is doing so incredible and people are starting to see how incredible he's doing. Now we're going to go from the you sharing to them to they sharing, right? So we're equipping them with information. We're getting them on calls with us. We're having them join these types of informational calls where they can learn more about the system. And because of that, if he becomes a consultant, the company then rewards you with an extra $100 for creating a consultant because you are sharing and now they are sharing. So let's say that Susie does the same thing. She's seeing incredible results and her friends are like, girl, what are you doing? Tell me about this. Well, what that happens is then she becomes a consultant. You earn another $100. What's amazing with this is every time that you create a consultant, you're getting that $100 again. So there's just so many opportunities for making money. If you do this and you create, first of all, you become a consultant when you have one on your left, one on your right. But if you create one consultant on your left and one consultant on the right, this puts you into our second rank of leadership called a manager. And if you do this within 60 days of enrolling yourself, you get an amazing bonus of $250. So if you see this, from you sharing to your two friends, Bob and Susie, to they sharing where they create it with their two friends, you're now at $950. That's almost $1,000. And when I sit back and think about what that money can do for me, it makes me excited to immediately pick up my phone and be like, hey, guess what? Let me tell you about this incredible system that's changed my life. And then once they get it, it just keeps evolving and evolving and evolving. What's amazing about this is that this is only one of the 8 ways that you can get paid within our company. And you can see in this one way, you're almost to $1,000 super quick. There's just so much opportunity. I've never been with a company, and I've been with many a network marketing company who reward us the way that Isogenics does. I've been with so many, and they don't give you help. They just say, good job, good luck. Whereas with Isogenics, we have, again, the community. We have so many groups. We have so many trainings. There's every single day, there's probably 10 plus opportunities where you can learn, where you can dive in, where you can meet people, where you can be fed. And you guys, I'm just completely enamored. So do you have to sell the stuff to Echo, Antonio? No, you don't. But why wouldn't you want to tell everyone that you know about how amazing you feel whenever you can get results like this physically and financially? So there are many options that you can do to get started. You can start with a pack, which is what we suggest because they work as individual products, and you can start with individual products if that's what your budget allows. But when you think about a system, the system truly works together as one full body. So the system on the top left is our basic system. It's really the bare bones of everything. It's going to give you your 2 shakes a day, your Ionic Supreme, enough for 1 cleanse day a week, and then it's going to give you some snacks to help you get through. The bottom right is the system that both Antonio and I both began with. It is the true grind, get her done. You have a fast goal, get there quickly, and it's nourishing your body in the way that your body has always craved to nourish. It fills in the gaps that our food's not able to fill in. And to be honest with you guys, I did the value pack for 2 months in a row because I really just wanted to see where I was. Now I do like the basic pack or the everyday health just to keep myself going and to keep myself knowing every 30 days it's going to be delivered to my door, which is so incredible. Right now with the pandemic still going on, South Florida is actually closing up again. Restaurants are actually closed again, meaning that you can't go out to eat. So if you want food, you have to go to the grocery stores, but you have to go at certain hours or different things like this. So having this convenience of everything just being delivered to you, you don't have to go anywhere, has been a huge game changer during this weird time that we're all currently living. So first and foremost, thank you all for joining. Thank you for those who are listening to the recording. If you guys have any questions about your personal goals, whatever it may be, please reach out to Antonio. Antonio doesn't get on Instagram that much, but he does answer any questions and he does look in his DM. So if you have any questions for him, he will see those there. Again, reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you guys so much for your time. So happy to have you guys and hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week.